Yeah, this is a video about my freezer lights and my Kenwood refrigerator stopped working. And let's see if we can fix it. So I'm back at the house the next day. I'm checking these lights, trying to diagnose what's wrong with my freezer. So using that case of equipment here, my power supply. I'm just going to tell you what the readout is. I'm going to check all these. I need to check these to make sure that's not the problem. But I'm going to turn the voltage down. So I'm just going to read it out. 1.4, 1.3. So it goes on at 2.5 volts. So it only needs like 3 volts. So anyway, this one's good. I'm holding the camera, so I'm just gonna check each one of them. Okay, so I found one. 2 of them are good. So let me turn the voltage up. This is a bad bulb. So if the way this freezer works, it's in series. So if this one doesn't work, then that one won't work, and so on. So if I had that one first in line, it won't work. So I'm just telling you how I check things out. It doesn't mean it's right. So one of the outlets, we'll call this the outlet in the freezer, should be the first one. So I'll go over it with the voltmeter in a second, and I'll check, and I'll take a known bulb and plug it in the one that has the voltage. I think that's how to work. I just wanted to add this in. For some reason, these lights only work if you have black to black and red to red, which usually they will work. I guess I don't know anything about LEDs, but so I got 2 bad lights. So I got 3 good ones, 2 bad ones. No, I was wrong. I had 2 extras in a package. I got 4 good ones and 1 bad one. Again, if I reverse these leads, it doesn't work. So I guess I can either go check the refrigerator or just plug all these in. I mean, they're all good, right? So should work. And hopefully that one was the one that was causing the problem. Okay. I got it working. So here, I'm just going to share this for anybody that watches my stuff. This is how I figure things out. Again, I don't always fix things, but I try. So we know that I checked all the bulbs and they were good. So there's 3 lights in here. So I plugged this one in. Okay, so all 3 of them are unplugged. I took them out. So when I put this one in without the other 2, it wouldn't light. Then I put this one in, so I had 2 in. It still wouldn't light. But when I put the 3rd one in, it did light. So if one of these bulbs goes out, they all go out. So the question is, which one? That's the problem when you're doing this. You switch that one, it still didn't fix it. You switch that one, it didn't fix it, you give up. But in this case, I did it right, and it works. Also, if you're popping these out of your freezer or whatever, you see these tangs here? You need to push these in and it'll pop out. Also, and then the other thing is, there's not much room up in here, so make sure you tuck this thing. I can't hold the camera and do it, but make sure you tuck this thing over here, and then you can pop them back in, because it won't fit under that. The other thing I discovered, and I didn't know this because I'm not an electronics guy. Okay, so if you don't have a voltage supply, again, I could have just, going back to the very beginning of my problem, these will not fit into those slots on those lights. They're too big. So I mean, you could figure out different ways. You could stick a wire in there, but these are really handy. I finally used them for the first time. But what I wanted to say is, and I don't understand the theory behind this, but if you put let's say you don't have a power supply and you have a light down in your shop. I can't remember if I said this in the video, but if you just put it on an ohm meter with the speaker, you can see I got a speaker here. I don't have a light here now. There's enough power from the battery of this meter to light the light really dim. Anyway, solved. I took my bad light and threw it away. Freezer's working. Back to the engine stand. Okay, I just figured out one more thing. When I was trying to pop these back into the socket, this one here unplugged. So when that one unplugged, they all went out. So maybe, I'm not sure which way the power is running, but if they all, in this particular freezer, if they're not all plugged in, none of them will work. Weird. Or if you have one bad bulb in the center, it won't work, or anywhere. Yeah, just to end this, again, I want to get back to the engine stand. But the one downfall with this kit that I found out as I was testing this stuff is everything is a female plug. So when I went to plug it into my power supply, you have to have a male plug. So luckily up here I did have one. So I was able to make it work. So I'm going to order me just a male to female adapter. Besides that, this thing's great. I mean, it just paid for itself. To have a technician come out and fix these little stupid light bulbs that cost like, if you buy them from them, they cost like 40 bucks each. But for him to come out, it probably would have been, who knows? The way prices are now, I bet it would have been 750 bucks. I think this kit cost 200. Again, this is why I try to fix stuff myself. You know, I don't know what I'm doing. If you can fix it yourself, your tools are free. That's how I look at it. Then you always have the tools to fix something else. Just struggle through it and hopefully you can get it to work. Oh yeah, and by the way, this is where you can buy this if you want it. Again, if you can get everything in one spot, you're a lot better off. I mean, it costs more, but man, this thing just paid for itself. Anyway, www.aeswave.com.